abort the flight, you are going to have serious issues. You know, dealing with a company, there is the Procurement Act. There are processes to be followed. And these are legal issues. And if you're going to stop something, you also follow some due process. Well, for future engagements, actions could be taken. But my own feeling is that for this particular engagement, maybe it was not possible because of legal implication and the fact that, look, if we take this action, it's going to affect our plans. But what is more important to me is that our processes are well safeguarded, and it is not possible to manipulate election in favor of a particular political party or a candidate. That's one I can assure Nigerians about.
All right, just tell us, just for our information then. Did INEC have this information that was raised at the stakeholders meeting before that time, that number one, the ownership of the company, even with CAC documents, was being shielded or masked, and that he's contesting for elections? When did you even find out, if you knew?
Well, I don't have the information as to when the information became available to the Commission, really. I've not received a full briefing on that. But what I know is that, yes, it was discovered eventually, but like I said, I'll still come back to the same point. It's not going to affect our operations in any negative way.
You didn't say when, though, but let me get your thoughts, though. What's the current state of the materials, especially the sensitive materials now? Are you recalling them, or are they deposited with the CBNs at the different states?
No, they are with the Central Bank of Nigeria. We are not going to deploy them until the right time for these materials to be deployed. The ones deployed to the field already, when we felt the election would hold last Saturday, they've been recalled and taken back to the Central Bank. And the ones that were not delivered to those areas have not been delivered, so we're set for Saturday. Because
the general thoughts of many people, I've been on the field just talking to just about everybody, and the feel that they give me back is that INEC wasn't even prepared in the first place, considering the kinds of challenges that you faced. Your materials being sabotaged, some being destroyed by fire, and all of that. What's your plan to have a backup to address some of those concerns, if indeed they may happen again?
Well, I disagree with that notion that we were not prepared. We were prepared. But of course, nobody would think that what happened in Anambra, what happened in Plateau, in Kwampan local government, or what happened in Akwa Ibom recently will happen. Nobody would imagine that people would deliberately go to our offices around 2 a.m. and set fire to our equipment. And remember, the Anambra State office incident was quite massive. We lost over 4,000 smart card readers. And our ability to respond was visible when we quickly mobilized the spare smart card readers from wherever we could get them back to Anambra, and then we assure the people of that state, of that particular location, that the election will take place as planned. We have a broad view of what we want to do, and there are risks. There is what they call risk assessment. And in terms of security, we have a fantastic synergy with the security agencies, especially the police, which is the lead agency for providing security for our elections. And immediately all these things happened, we contacted the acting Inspector General of Police, and arrangements have been made to beef up security around our structures all over the country. So since that time, I think 2 other incidents have been averted by vigilant security agencies and our staff and the people of such areas. And I think that going forward, this won't happen again.
There's And a very critical issue in the process that I would like you to weigh in on, Mr. Yekomi, and that's your ad hoc staffs, most of them youth corps members, and it's about their welfare. Many of them were seen over the weekend sleeping on bare ground in the hinterlands that you mentioned the other time, some of them in classrooms, on bare floor, on the streets, and what's the plan for them? It would seem like INEC didn't particularly have any plan for them at that time, and they have to work on the following morning. It's definitely something. I mean, what's your plan for them?
No, we made adequate arrangements. It's unfortunate that we found that some of the youth corps members are sleeping in the open. We made provisions for mattresses. We made provisions for mats and pillows, and we made provision for toiletries and the things that they're going to need. I think that in some of those areas, probably those materials were not mobilized in good time to get to them, or maybe there were issues. We don't know what the issues are, but we are on top of the situation, because when we started hearing these reports, we contacted our state offices, and they are being addressed. We don't want to put the lives or welfare of our youth corps members in jeopardy, and I can assure you that they are very important to us. In fact, we can't conduct elections without the youth corps members. They are the ones that assist us. We don't have the staff strength to deploy all over the country. And I can assure you that going forward, things will improve tremendously.
Just wondering now, how does INEC wade into this controversy amongst politicians on campaign dates? They say they're going to keep campaigning because they have to keep the momentum up so that people will come out and vote. Yet INEC has said everything that was closed before, PVC collection campaigns, are still closed. Some people say that's in contravention of the law. Right.
Well, the commission is meeting today at 10 o'clock to consider this and other issues and then come up with a decision. I'm sure that before the end of today, there will be an announcement on all these matters.
So it wasn't really thought through?
Well, legally, all the things that were closed remain closed, all right? Because there is a time frame for everything, really. But because there was this rescheduling and this issue is coming up, it's up to the commission to determine what to do. Do you extend it? Do you open it up? They will decide.
How would you suggest? Because some people will say that there's so much that has been lost now. You're seeing the headlines, we've lost billions to election mobilization. Some people also talk about events that ought to have taken place on the 23rd not taking place. Does INEC have a way of compensating people? Should there be, or should there be, maybe not INEC, but should there be a way of compensating people when things like this happen?
Well, you know, this is unfortunate, and that was why when the chairman was addressing stakeholders, he made a statement that as a commission, we deeply regret the inconveniences. We have also lost money. We also have to remobilize. For instance, all the people that we mobilized to the field, they have to be remobilized. We have to organize refresher courses for them, and that's going to cost some money. We have to provide feeding. We have to provide security and all of that. So we are also affected. If INEC has enough money to compensate, I'm sure the commission will be compassionate, but unfortunately, we don't have such funds to compensate everybody.
Well, let us hope that the elections will take place as scheduled this coming Saturday, and that it will be conducted very properly, because Nigerians have, you know, let's say, extended some indulgence to INEC. But we have to thank you for coming on Sunrise Daily. Mr. Rotimi Oyekomi is the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman. The program continues in a moment. Please stay with us.